Hey everybody, welcome. Golly, can you believe it? It's been just over a month since I dropped a video with the holidays. It was a very busy month for me. I really intended to get out here before now, but it's just been, the weather's been pretty bad. It's been pretty cold. It's still pretty chilly this morning. It's 32 degrees. It's Monday, January 5th, and I thought I'd get out here and hike around a little bit and, look for some more, or look for any kind of evidence that Bigfoot might be here. It is said that there has been some Bigfoot activity down here in southern Indiana. I'm at a forest here in southern Indiana. I did see something down here. It was back in October. I can't say it was Bigfoot, but it was something very tall, silhouetted against fire. And you can go back. I think it's video 1, and I think that's where I tell that story about what I saw. And so I've been coming down here and hiking. For those that are new to the channel, I've been coming down here and hiking around and just looking for any kind of evidence. Now, I've said in previous videos that the jury is still out for me on whether or not Bigfoot exists, but it's always been something that I've been very interested in. And after seeing something that may or may not be explainable, it's piqued my interest even more. So, and it's got me out here in the woods hiking around, which is something that I hadn't done until November of this year. So, if nothing else, it's gotten me out and getting me some exercise. But I will say, for those that are new to my channel, my interest in Bigfoot started in 1972 when the film The Legend of Boggy Creek came out. I don't know whether up to that point or not I had ever seen or heard anything about Bigfoot. I don't remember when I first saw the Patterson-Gimlin film. Anyway, The Legend of Boggy Creek piqued my interest in the subject of Bigfoot. So, but back in the 70s, there wasn't a lot of Bigfoot documentaries and stuff. There were a couple I remember from the late 70s that I went and seen in the theater somewhere. And but I will tell you about something that I heard back in 1979, 1980, somewhere along in there. So we're looking at at least 45 years ago. And we used to have a muzzleloading club not far from here, right on the Scott County, Clark County line. And me and my brother-in-law and another guy had gone out there early morning before one of our shoots to get things set up and ready to go. And we were all going about getting the fire ready and getting the coffee pot on the fire and stuff. And it's very cold. It was middle of winter, and off in the distance we heard a howl, a scream. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. But we all three, said a version of the same thing when we heard it. One said Sasquatch and one said Bigfoot, or, however, and like I said, there wasn't a lot of documentaries, but the few that we had seen made us think that. Now, back during that time period, my brother-in-law and I were done a lot of hunting, so we were out in the woods a lot, and we had never heard anything that sounded like that. We'd heard foxes and coyotes and all kinds of sounds, but this was different. We'd never heard this sound before. So, like I said, we all thought Bigfoot. Now, I went back a few months ago and started listening to some supposed Bigfoot howls and screams, just to see if I could find anything that I thought what we heard sounded like. Now, like I said, I'm working on 45 years of memory, and the closest thing, because I listened to several, and the closest thing that I could come up with would either be the Ohio howl or the Mississippi howls. Both of those, to my memory, made me think of what I heard that day. So you can find those all over the internet, if you want to go listen to them. But to my memory, those are the closest things to what we heard that morning. It didn't last very long, and we didn't hear it again, and I've never heard anything like that since. So, again, can't say it was Bigfoot, but that's just what it made the three of us think. So, I started my channel back in early November. I didn't intend for it to be all about Bigfoot. Because I'm very interested in history, and so I planned a lot of history type things, plus Bigfoot, paranormal, things like that, and who knows what else. It was going to be things that interested me, and hopefully people who watch my channel find interesting. But after seeing something back in October here, it's turned into pretty much a Bigfoot channel so far. Now, I do intend to do other stuff eventually. I'm working on some history-based videos, but those require a whole lot more research than just getting out in the woods and looking around. So it's going to take me a lot longer to get those kinds of things going than I first expected. So again, right now it's mostly about Bigfoot, and I hope you all find that interesting. And if you do, drop down in the comments. You can, I left a link there where you can buy me a coffee. But if nothing else, go down there and like my videos, subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything to subscribe or to like or to share. It would help me out a great deal. I've had pretty good responses to my videos Not so much the later ones as the first couple. And so I would appreciate you all watching and liking and subscribing. So I'm going to walk around a bit, and if I come across anything interesting, I'll bring you back and show it to you. I just jumped about 4 deer. I just did catch a glimpse of them. Didn't get my camera turned on in time enough to show them to you. That's the most deer I've seen since I've been out here. There's one other hike I took out here. I saw 1 deer, but there were probably at least 4, and I just barely did catch a glimpse of them. So they took off. I don't see them now. But yeah, I just happened to look over to my right, and I thought, well, there's something over there. And so I took 3 steps back where I could see better, and then I could see it was a doe, and then she started moving, and I saw probably 3 others take off to get away from me. So not seeing a lot of wildlife out here. All the hikes I've been on, this is the most. I did see a squirrel, I think, recently out here, or the last time I was out here. But this is a no hunting area that I'm hiking through. Now, I think bow season for deer ended yesterday here in the state of Indiana, so it's gonna be where I can get out and hike a lot more places without being too concerned about getting shot. So so I'm gonna hopefully start hiking in other areas and taking longer hikes. So I'm kind of preparing myself for that by starting to carry some extra gear. I've got a backpack I just purchased recently, and then this chest pack I'm wearing. That's where chest pack's where I'm carrying my fire starting and my personal protection equipment, if you know what I mean. And then in my backpack I've got a tarp, and that's about it right now. Water, of course, but I'm trying to get myself used to carrying a little bit extra load, and carrying stuff that I probably am never going to need to use, but it's always better to have it and not need it than it is to need it and not have it. So I'm starting to carry that kind of stuff around and trying to accumulate different things. I've been watching different hiking videos, day pack contents and stuff like that, just to get an idea on what to carry. It was back, 40, 50 years ago when me and my brother-in-law were doing a lot of hunting in close to this area. We might go on a 9-mile hike and not even take water. We were in our 20s, and we don't need that. So we'd take off on a 9-mile hike and never take a first aid kit, never take a sandwich or water or anything. So the older I get, the more I think about that kind of stuff and getting myself in a spot where I might not be able to get out right away or injure myself, what have you, and especially being by myself. So I've got a couple of prospects on some hiking buddies that I hope to start going out on hikes with, and that'll make me feel a little bit better about going out on longer hikes. Because like I said, I'm getting at that age where I don't want to fall down, and if I do, you know, it'd be nice to have somebody along with me that who wouldn't be able to carry me out, but would be able to get to a place where they could get help for me. So, but anyway, I will quit rambling and go on, and if I come across anything, I'll let you see it and make up your own mind as to what it might be. All right, see you in a few. All right, I came across probably nothing, but something has slipped. And there's also something right there that looks like it might have some toes in it, but it looks like it's probably maybe a canine of some sort. I can't really tell. But so far, that's about all I've come across. And like I said, probably nothing, but I said if I come across anything, I'd show it to you. So I did that. So we'll catch you in a few minutes. All right, I've come across something I had showed you previously, what some people would call a tree bend. And like I said, I've showed it previously, but it has changed. Get around here where I can see it. That end that is pointing to the left, I don't know how well you can see it, but when I first come across this bend, you see it bends around right there, the end of that was down underneath these sticks, or I won't say they were underneath the sticks, but they were down here with these sticks. So this could be completely natural that it popped back up. I'll try to, I think that was maybe video 3, the first 5 that I posted. So I will try to go back and take a still out of that video and show it to you here so you can compare what it was. That was back in November to what it is now here in January. So again, I can't say that it was Bigfoot, but hopefully I'll be able to find that and put that comparison in there and let you see it, and you can decide for yourself. You know, I'm probably very natural, and this one looks like it's been down for a while. Hope you can see it. This one looks like it's been down a while. There's some broken branches laying over it. So, but I, again, just find it very odd that I walked within 20 feet of this. Not here, like I said, to make anybody believe in Bigfoot. Like I said, I don't even know if I believe in Bigfoot, but it's just, again, something that interests me. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I don't want to be one of those videos that don't talk and explain things as I go along. So, alrighty, I'm going to continue on, and if I find anything, there's a tree break kind of over there. Let's see if I can get here. Maybe walk over to it again. Can't say Bigfoot, but I can't say it ain't. Walk over here to it, show it to you while I've got you with me. Looks like it's rather old. I don't see any kind of prints. That kind of looks like a depression in the ground, but it's kind of hard to tell. And I didn't bring anything. I forgot to bring anything with me to make a comparison. It's kind of just a depression in the leaves, but I don't see nothing around the base. That looks pretty old. So, I don't know. But again, I found there's a kind of a scuffed up area right there. I don't know how well this is showing up. But again, I'm just putting this there for you all to make your own judgments. So, all right, I'm going to continue on down the trail. There's that depression again. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but it almost looks like a heel right here and then a little bit broader across right here. But again, don't know. I don't know what it is. Probably nothing. But I wanted to show it to you. All right. If I find anything else, I'll be sure to let you know. All right, from a distance, I've walked home maybe 30 yards, and from a distance, that looked kind of like something big and hairy all hunkered down, but it's just a root wad with grasses on it. So, but I didn't think it was anything big and hairy, but it just kind of looked like something big and hairy. So, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to come over here. Ooh, get over that log without killing myself. But a lot of trees down. These have been down for a long time. But there's been a couple of tornadoes come through this area. So they have a lot of tree damage. But now, like I said, these have been down a very, very long time, probably even prior to the 2012 tornado that came through here. So anyway, but I just thought that was kind of funny that from a distance looked kind of like something hairy all hunkered down. And had I really thought it was, I wouldn't have walked over to it. I would have just kept on moving, but I was pretty sure what it was before I started over there. So anyway, we are going to continue on and see what we can come up with. Okay, come across something else, probably nothing, but I wanted to show it to you. Kind of a X shape right there in the middle of the screen. So, probably perfectly natural, but I want to show you everything I come across and let you be the judge as to what it might be. Drop down there in the comments and let me know what you think. Good, bad, or indifferent. I love to read your comments. I try to respond to every one of them. So please don't hesitate to do that. And I've gotten several that, oh, Bigfoot's not real. And nowhere in my videos have I said that Bigfoot was real. It's just something that interests me, and it gets me outside. And I've enjoyed making these videos. I've even enjoyed editing the videos, and I don't edit much out of them. Just usually the very beginning of the video and the very end of each segment, where I'm, standing here trying to look through my trifocals at the camera to see if everything is in the middle of the screen, and that my microphone's working and stuff like that. So again, but anyway, please comment, and I'm also going to drop my email link down in the comments. If any of you have any experiences you'd like to share, I will share them on this channel if you want. If you don't want, it's entirely up to you, but I would be very interested. And they don't have to be in southern Indiana. They can be anywhere. I just want to hear, if you all have had any kind of experience. So, but anyway, I'm going to go on, and if I come across anything else, I'll bring you back. Okay, nothing to show, but I think it was in this area on my very first video that I came across something that looked like a footprint. I took a picture of it and inserted it in the video. So you can go back to video 1 and take a look at that if you'd like. Somebody said it wasn't a footprint, it was a deer scrape, and it could have very well been, but it had a foot shape, and it was on very hard packed ground, so it was just a bare spot in the leaves. Again, I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I want to do that for the people that have never watched any of my videos, and I hope you'll go back and watch them, or go watch them. And again, like and subscribe and share. I'm pretty addicted to YouTube as a watcher, and I was always terrible about not liking videos. I'm subscribed to several channels of all sorts, but I never did click like. And now that I've been putting things on YouTube, I can see how important it is for channels. So I would appreciate any likes that you might put on there. Also, I want to let you know that I've been looking at the Bigfoot Mapping Project website and seeing all the reported sightings around my area, and I'm going to try to start getting to some of those areas as well. Now, most of them I probably won't be able to get right at the specific site, but I'm going to try to find where I can get as close to them as I can to see if I can find anything out of the ordinary. So be on the lookout for those coming up within the next few months, as well as like I said, I am going to be trying to get some history videos posted and different things. So I didn't really want to be just concentrated on one subject, but like I said, with what I've seen out here in this forest has just got me super interested. And so it's just kind of been the only thing that's been on my mind since October. And so it's just got me more interested in getting out and taking a look around. So, all right, I'm going to continue on. I don't have much further on this trail. And again, if I see anything else, I'll let you know. I don't know what this is all about, but been there for a while, but there is a metal pipe sticking in the ground out here in the woods. So some sort of marker, I suppose, for the state. But I had never noticed that before. Like I said, I'm getting pretty close to the end of my hike. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I'm within 300 yards or something of a major interstate, so I am not off the beaten path by any stretch of the imagination. But there are people that claim that there is Bigfoot activity here, and like I said, with seeing a silhouette of something walking through the woods here, I've just been trying to get out as much as possible and take a look around. Going up a very steep hill right now, so I may get a little winded before I get to the top, but I'm almost there. But anyway, if you've made it this far, I surely do appreciate it. I hope if you haven't seen or watched the other videos, that you will go and watch those. And again, you have the opportunity to comment, buy me a coffee, and if nothing else, please like my videos. So until next time, which hopefully will not be an entire month, that it may be just a week or two, I will bring you another video of some sort. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.